In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the iOS app called Book Creator. And Book Creator allows you or your students to very easily create ebooks on the iPad. To create a new book, you just tap the plus button, which is very similar to other iOS apps. I'm going to tap New Book. And then I'm going to select Portrait as my layout. Now, the two most important buttons when you're creating your book are the plus button, which allows you to insert media and text, and the I, which is the inspector, which will allow you to change elements that you place on your page, the text, the images, and the actual page itself. So I'm going to tap the plus button, and I'm going to tap Photos, which will allow me to access my camera roll, and insert a photo for my cover. So there's my photo, and you'll notice that I get these nice alignment guides to help me place that right in the middle of my page. And I can grab these blue circles to resize the image, make it as big or as small as I want. I'm going to go back up here and add some text. So I'm going to tap the plus button and tap Add Text and type in my text. So this is a history book, so I'm going to type in History 1. And that font is just a little bit too small, and I want to change it to maybe a little bit more interesting font. So for that, once I've got the text selected, you can see it's got the blue box around it. I'm going to tap the I for Inspector, and I can drag this slider to increase the size. I can also change the alignment. And I'm going to change the font from Helvetica to something a little bit more interesting, perhaps like Courier. And then just place that right underneath my image. When you're ready to go on and work on additional pages, I just tap the arrow to the right there. And now I'm on pages 2 and 3. And I can continue to build out my book. So I'm going to just add a little bit more text here. Type, what is the role of a historian? That's going to be the first section of my book. I'm going to place that on this second page here. And again, I want to go back and change the size of the font. It's just a little bit too big, so I'll tap the I and shrink that down just a little bit. And now I want to grab the image of my historian. So I'm going to go back to my photos and insert that image of a historian. Now, a couple other interesting things you can do with your book. You can go in and add audio. You can actually narrate your ebook. And so when somebody reads this back on their device, they'll be able to listen to that recording. So I can tap Start Recording. And when I do that, it places a speaker on the page. So I'll go ahead and tap this. Once I'm done recording, I'll get this little speaker icon on the page, which I can drag and place anywhere I want. And when somebody reads this ebook, they can tap that and then listen to the audio that I recorded. Now, one last thing I want to show you is if you tap the I and you don't have anything selected, you can go through and change the page color. So I could go in here and change my page color to a gray if I wanted to do that, and then change my right page color to the same shade or a different one. When you're finished, you can tap My Books and go back to the main screen of Book Creator. And when you want to share your book that you've created, you can tap the Share Sheet button, which is the square with the arrow pointing up, and you get a couple different options. You can export this as an EPUB, export it as a PDF, or even as a video. So I can tap EPUB, and I could send this via email, or even just open it in iBooks and begin reading it right away. So Book Creator is an extremely simple and easy way to create great looking ebooks on your iPad, and that's available in the iTunes App Store.